Even in my blue pill days, to tell you the truth, I was never someone who looked forward to dating women due to how tedious the process was, with little to no guarantee that I would get the girl or get what I truly wanted, which was her legs on my shoulders. Also, because I'm not the type who likes to waste money, the idea of paying to get to know someone rubbed me the wrong way. I would have preferred to invest the money into the stock market instead, where it had a chance to grow, rather than fill up a girl's tummy, and that money was gone without getting something of value. So even back then, I was always seeing dating for what it is, which was a huge waste of money for most men trying to get a personal girlfriend or their salami wet. Now that I know better, my mindset shifted to, instead of going out on a date with a woman who is not obligated to give me anything in return, why not just pay a woman directly to come to me and drop off some wet vice grip so my money goes to good use? If you look at doing that versus the traditional form of dating, they are technically the same thing. One difference is paying directly favors the man, and paying for a date favors the woman. I know that went over your head, so let me explain. Going out on a traditional date favors the woman because she gets to have you spending money on her without her having to give you anything in return. So in essence, she didn't have to lie on her back or do you any favors, and she still got to extract resources from you directly and indirectly. She directly got your energy, attention, and time without doing anything to satisfy you if she didn't want to. But she indirectly got you to spend money on her and provide her with entertainment and probably gifts, which are all valuable to a woman. So she got free resources from you just for being a woman and nothing more. Contrast that with when men pay directly and skip all the steps in traditional dating to get to the end goal of what he wants. Because let's be real, no man on the planet just loves to pay for dates without the chance of getting something at the end of it, which is probably going to be the back of her knee pinned to the mattress. So I don't want to hear the BS from any of you newbies watching the video. You would not be spending hundreds to thousands of dollars a year dating women if sex were out of the equation. With that said, it benefits men when they pay directly because the woman knows what time it is, and she comes over to have bedroom fun with the man without trying to play games. So he gets to skip from paying for dinner dates or getting to know the woman to clap her cheeks and getting what he wanted from the beginning. That sounds like a win if you ask me. And all it cost was probably the same amount or more money that you would have spent trying to get to know the broad. I know this isn't for everybody, but you have to look at dating for what it is and put it into its proper perspective. Over the years, we have heard all different types of horror stories of men getting finessed by women when dating, so it is a significant risk you are taking just to get a chance of getting some wet vice grip. Not only that, women have abused dating to get free food and gifts from hopeless romantic men, while they have the man that they really want in the background spreading their cheeks wide open. So while you are paying for her and getting nothing but a thank you, another man is probably eating the leftovers you paid for, and he gets to beat up that vice grip for free. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a scam to me. And a lot of women have done this in the past. It's not like a few women have used men for selfish reasons, so much so that they have a term that they call this finesse, and this is a foodie call. The only reason that woman decided to go on a date with the man was to get a free meal, and that's it. So which is better, paying money to get finessed or throwing away your morality and paying to get what you want? Come on, gents, you have to be ahead of the game if you want to win. In recent times, however, we've seen more and more men deciding to completely check out of dating due to how bad and one-sided it has become. Thanks to channels like these teaching men how they are getting finessed by women and then actually going out there and taking more L's in dating than getting what they want, men have started to wake up to the BS of what's happening and are choosing to walk away. Whether or not you believe that is a good thing will depend on which side of the coin you stand on. Personally, I love that more and more men are choosing to find alternatives to dating, like pay-for-play or casual hookups. Why buy the cow when you can buy the milk or get it for free? I prefer to pay because when you pay upfront, it decreases the risk that you'll owe her something or have to pay her later down the line, as long as you don't knock her up. With that said, instead of me telling you all the reasons why men are walking away from dating, I'm going to read an article that highlights some great points as to why dating is dead and never coming back in the way we have been accustomed. I predict that most dating interactions going forward will be behind a screen and primarily transactional, especially with how bad this economy will get. And if you guys are looking for alternatives or answers to avoid getting finessed by women on dates besides paying to get what you want, I don't have any more suggestions for you. You either pay directly or indirectly. Stop trying to smash out these women for free because the wet vice grip ain't free. You either pay on the front end and know what you're getting yourself into, or on the back end and risk far more money if she decides to drag you through the judicial system. I'm going to go over this article and pick out a few reasons why men are walking away. So this article is by defreedom.com, titled, "Why Are Men Walking Away from Dating?" Tap the like button and let's dive into it. Everyone wants to be in a relationship, whether it's dating or long-term. But modern men are walking away from dating, and many women don't understand why. What are the reasons behind men not wanting to commit to one woman? Are relationships over? Has our society finally given up on romance? In this article, I'll explain the reasons why more and more men are walking away from relationships. Number 1, their expectations aren't met. Although many men will experience a fair share of early dating success, it's not long before they start to feel frustrated. For starters, many modern women make promises they can't keep when they first meet a man. They say things like, "I'm not looking for anything serious right now," or "we should just go out as friends." Whether a man is simply looking for a fling or trying to find his future wife, it becomes clear very quickly that these casual commitments don't actually mean what they initially said. At best, modern women give mixed signals. At worst, some don't even realize their words contradict their actions and end up with hurt feelings when it's time to move on. Gents, the first half of this video was me explaining this point. Most men today are not getting what they want from modern women, and that's just the bottom line. And trust me, women don't care about any of that until they start hitting the wall and have no potential suitors. And even then, they still won't try to treat the men that they have as their only options left with respect. This is why you let them die alone. They'll never try to correct their ways and treat their options like kings. So just walk eyes. The juice isn't worth the squeeze if she views you as she's settling for less. Let's continue. Number 2, online dating is awful and depressing. Some research suggests that as many as 42% of online daters find it stressful and frustrating, with another 29% saying they were more likely to feel depressed, anxious, or angry after visiting an online dating site. 1 in 3 people have been harassed on a dating app. That's more than 50 million Americans who use apps like Tinder and OkCupid each month. And here's what's so sad. At least 10% of them will be talking to bots, these non-human identities programmed by scammers to swindle us out of money and personal data. Gents, at this point, we all know that online dating is trash and men rarely ever get what they want when dating online. And it's only going to get worse because people are transitioning to dating online instead of in person, especially with the cough and booty pox going around. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams for that one. Also, the women on dating apps only aim for the top guys and share those men. So most average and below average men who go on dating apps will not get any women. So that's why men decide to walk away, because it's not like they are getting what they want. Sugar daddy sites are slightly different, so I would still tell men to try that instead of these hookup apps. Just make sure you have a couple $100s to pay for what you want. Let's continue. Number 3, dating has changed. Social media has changed how people look at romance. We live in a time when sexting, casual hookups, and friends with benefits relationships are common and highly accepted by our peers. People no longer date to find a husband or wife. They seek bedroom fun and companionship without commitment. They've lost sight of what is truly important in life. Today's society, sex doesn't always mean love. Flings and friends with benefits have become normal relationship statuses. Emotional connections are weaker than ever before because of technology, social media, texting, digital communication, and more devices that distract us every day. We don't have time for romantic relationships anymore, so why bother trying to establish one? Alright gents, this last part sums up everything nicely. There really isn't a need for marriage and companionship anymore, especially with women choosing to file for divorce far more than men. It's simply not worth the risk, and women are giving away their wet vice grip for free, and some are selling it, so why date to get married? I'll pass on that one. Unfortunately, most men are not getting access to sex either, and we are seeing more male virgins in Gen Z than women, so that shows you that men either aren't interested or the women are all fornicating with the top-tier men. So if you blame men for walking away if their needs aren't met, so it is what it is. I would just pay for some wet vice grip and get it over with. Until men get over morality and wanting free peace leave, they will be left out of the dating marketplace in the future. You can either adapt or walk away. The choice is yours. One more thing that I wanted to highlight. We all know that dating and dealing with modern women is frustrating, and women will always do what's in their best interest to survive or get what they want in the short term. So I don't want any of you to hate women or see them as a threat per se. I would suggest dealing with them with as much caution and protection as possible, just like you would a wild animal. So if not dealing with them is the best thing you see for yourself, then it is what it is. If you choose to date women, understand there will always be risks involved that could have long-term consequences, and if they have to sacrifice you to get what they want, trust me, they will. Do not disrespect them or let them run off with your seed. I wish you the best. Tap the thumbs up button and share the video to support the channel for free. And to donate to the channel, the links to our PayPal and Cash App are in the description box below. If you want to submit your personal stories that will be featured on the channel regarding your past relationships, advice with women, or how you managed to become successful, email your story to thegentsagency@gmail.com. The email will also be in the description box below. Remember, gents, just pay for it directly to ensure you get what you want.